Hello everybody, it's Amy from Winterwood Studio and we have a super fun video today. We are going to be talking about the 12 must-try art supplies for 2025. So grab yourself something nice to drink. I'm just drinking some plain old Irish breakfast tea this morning. Grab yourself something nice to drink and come on in and let's chat about art supplies. It's my favorite day. I love talking about art supplies. Okay. Okay, so this video has 12 different supplies and they're for a bunch of different mediums. So if you're a mixed media artist, an acrylic artist, a watercolor artist, there's gonna be something for you in this video. These are the must-try 12 supplies of 2025, or at least the must-try 12 supplies for me. Because these are the 12 that I'm planning to try this year and I've got them all and I'm going to show them to you now. Okay, so we're gonna start with stuff in the watercolor category. And the very first thing, you guys have asked me repeatedly to try these and review them. I finally have a set of the White Nights watercolors. So this is their set of 12. Let's see if I can open it. I haven't even opened it yet, have not taken it out of the box. I didn't have these in an art haul. I just picked this and the next thing I'm going to show you up. Picked it up the last time I was shopping. So I have, here's the little set and it looks like there's a little card and checked by the QC department. And there is, how does this work? Oh, look at, there's a little removable, removable mixing palette. So you have double the room. That's nice. I think there was supposed to be a paintbrush here though, and there's not. So I'm not sure how that happened. It doesn't really matter to me, but if you were hoping to have a paintbrush, there isn't one. So, but it is 12 colors. I will hold it up so you can see it. I'm not going to unwrap it right now. There will be a video coming in which I'm going to compare this with something else I have here, plus something else I already got, but I'm not showing you in the video today. So, I'm not going to unwrap them and show you, but this is the first art supply that I'm going to try this year is the White Nights watercolors. And they look, just looking at the back, they look really good. They are light fast rated. They're all excellent. They have the pigment number, they have the transparency, they have whether they're staining, and they have whether they're granulating or not, which is everything that I look for as far as data-wise in a watercolor. Sorry, I keep looking. I'm expecting a shipment from Blick today and I'm really excited about it. I'm not talking about it now. It'll be in a future video, but I'm super excited. So every time I hear the little bit of noise, like I'm turning to look to see if it's the truck because I can't wait. I forgot what I was saying now. So these are the White Nights watercolors, like I said. That's item number 1. Item number 2, also I hope this is, I'm getting used to this microphone. It's much better sound quality, but like, where do I put it? Where do I pin it? Should I pin it in my hair? Like, but yeah, so hopefully it's sounding okay. This is only my second time using it. Hopefully it's okay. Let me know in the comments if this has improved the sound quality. I'm also filming with a different camera that films in 4K and it's not really my camera. So if you notice any difference and if you, let me know. So the next one, again, this is requested by you guys. So many people have asked me to try these, and we're still in the watercolors. This is the Pocket Box Basic Colors of Van Gogh watercolors. And again, still brand new, still in the box, haven't opened them. I was waiting to show you guys. These are the 2 probably most commented on, you have to try watercolors. So that's why I picked these 2. So this is the Pocket Box. Neither of them were very much, I think. I feel like this one might have been the most expensive at around 30. I can't remember how much this one is. Everything will be linked below in case you want to try any of the supplies I am talking about today. Some of them I have already tried and some of them I haven't. And I do, oh, good thing I didn't break it. There's a button. You have to push the button and it springs open. I did not know. I didn't break it. Okay, so these are the Van Gogh watercolors, and this one does have, I'm not sure what this is. Is this a little brush? It is, look it. It's a little collapsible brush with like a little pokey on the end for doing some details. That's cool. I'm gonna ruin it now trying to put it back in. Okay, so there's the brush. I didn't even show it, I don't think. So there's the brush. Here's the little palette. Again, not unwrapped. So let's see if it has it on the box. Okay, so it does not have light fast info on the box, and I saw that and got worried, but it does have it on the overlay wrappers inside, and it also tells you the pigment inside. So that makes me feel a lot better, because when I first got it, I was pretty worried. They're half pans. A lot of people said in the reviews they were really small. They look fine to me. That's a regular standard half pan. I don't know, maybe they're not used to getting watercolors. And there are, how many colors in this set? There's 12 in this one. So it has the light fast info and the pigment number on the wrapper, but it does not, anywhere as far as I can tell you if it's staining or granulating or transparent. So if you want that information, you might want to try to find I just hit the microphone, find the Van Gogh website maybe and look it up. I would imagine maybe they'd have some info there. But this looks like a fun little, it's got a nice little palette with mixing wells. Again, it looks like a fun little set to try, and I'm really excited to try these. I'm planning, I just hit myself in the neck with a box of watercolors. Who has that ever happened to? It's one of those days. It's April, what is today? It's April 10th, and it is snowing. And we still have snow on the ground, and I think I'm a little cabin I know I'm a little cabin crazy. So sorry. Yeah, so I'm really excited to do some plein air painting with these, but I'm also going to be doing a review video with these, and I suppose I could grab it. Hang on a second. Okay, so I just went and grabbed this. This is my Winsor and Newton Cotman watercolor set that I got, I think, like a month and a half ago. I've already used this a couple times. There's a video up already with it, with my initial thoughts. I get a lot of people asking me if they just want a little plein air set or something to get started with for watercolors, to see if they even like it. Something fairly inexpensive but still good quality. I get a lot of people asking me to recommend something. My watercolors of choice are Daniel Smith. Not cheap, not inexpensive, not something to buy if you are just trying things out. So that was the thought process behind getting these sets. I'm going to try them and see which one I like best, so I can finally start recommending something to someone. I'm still not sure where to look for the camera on this, so if I'm looking in the wrong space, sorry. Okay, so I think this is the last watercolor supply. I think it is. So the last watercolor supply, must-try supply of 2025 are the Etcher sketchbooks. I have the Etcher cold press, and yes, I got the Etcher hot press too. And I said when I opened the cold press, I didn't know if I would ever buy these again, but then I saw, I don't remember who it was, someone was using this Etcher hot press, and they really, really loved it, and I was like, I have to try it. So I've never tried anything by Etcher. These are by far the most expensive sketchbooks I've ever bought. I often have trouble using sketchbooks that are expensive because I get precious about them and I'm like, I don't want to ruin it. But I did get these, and I am going to be trying them this year so I can give people my thoughts, because I also have been asked multiple times what I think of these, and I haven't tried them. And I still haven't tried them. I'm planning to do that shortly. Just looking at the paper, the cold press, this is not their perfect ones. The perfect sketchbooks are like $70. They're super expensive. These were still like 40, so not cheap, but still had really good reviews. The cold press is not super textured just by looking at it. And in fact, I got the hot press now, so why don't we compare it? Boy, I hope I'm not making too much noise with this is still in the plastic. This just came. That was a whole ordeal. You might have seen the art haul that this was in. I think it went up last week. But they must have had it mislabeled in their stock room. So I ordered the hot press, and they sent me the cold press, and they asked me to send the cold press back, and they sent me a replacement hot press, and it was still the cold press. And so finally I called, and they were like, you can just keep that cold press and we'll send you the hot press now, because I had already sent it back once. So very nice of them. It was Blick. They always have great customer service. Blick, they're my favorite place to get art supplies from. Owned by a small family, has been for a long time, the same family, just a really enjoyable company. So I'm going to open this. This is the hot press. I don't know how I'm going to be able to tell them apart once they're pretty similar. I mean, you can tell it's hot press. They're pretty similar. I'm going to have to like, I don't know, label it somehow so I can tell them apart. The hot press paper, let's take a look. It's got a little bit more of a tooth than say I always forget which one it is. I have the Stillman and Burn, I think it's the Zeta. That one has almost no tooth. That's one of my, it's very controversial, one of my least favorite sketchbooks. I don't know, my sketchbook tastes are apparently controversial. I should do a video on that because there's several sketchbooks I really don't like and some I actually actively hate that I know people like. But I have reasons. I should do a video on it. But yeah, so I'm really excited to try these out. And if you need a way of filling your watercolor sketchbook, then I highly recommend that you take the class, Grow Your Creativity Daily Watercolor Sketchbooking Spring Edition with Garma, I'm going to say it wrong, not her, I hope I don't say her name wrong, Garma Servasta? Sorry if I said it wrong, on Skillshare, which is perfect because Skillshare just happens to be the sponsor for today's video. If you are not aware, Skillshare is a wonderful online creative resource where you can learn just about anything that you want to learn as far as creativity. It is actually the largest online learning community and has thousands of classes led by industry experts across film, illustration, design, freelance, productivity, and more. Skillshare can help you take your career, skills, hobbies, passions, or side hustles to the next level. They have classes in pretty much everything you could want to create: art, illustration, film, photography, and business classes to help you turn your art into a career. And I am highly recommending Garma's class for filling your watercolor sketchbook. She actually has 20 classes, all watercolor. I think there's one gouache, but the Grow Your Creativity Daily Watercolor Sketchbook Spring Edition covers materials, gives you art prompts to work with, and it shows you step-by-step how to paint multiple cute little spring illustrations, and it even covers lettering. So if you're looking for a way to fill up your sketchbook, I highly recommend you check out her class. Skillshare has been super, super nice and given us a special link. The first 500 of you to click the link in the description box down below will get a free 1-month trial of Skillshare. So get started today. I hope you love Skillshare as much as I do. Okay, on to our next 3 supplies. So I think we did 3 and we're doing another 3 now. So the next supplies are like mixed media, acrylic, oil, not oil. I mean, you could. Okay, I'll just stop talking and show you the next. So the next supply is the Blick Economy bristle brushes from Blick Art Materials. I am loving these things, you guys. These are, I just got a whole bunch. The rest of them, especially the smaller sizes, are in my freezer. And that is because, so part of the reason why I have trouble with oil painting and acrylic painting is the cleanup. And I've recently discovered that you can put, especially oil paints, somewhat acrylic, but especially oil paints, just put your brushes wrap them in saran wrap or like a Ziploc bag, just the ends, and put them in your freezer. And you don't have to clean them. They'll stay like that. I just had some in my freezer that I had like a group from the painting I was working on, and then I went to another painting and I left that first group in the freezer, and they were in there for 2 months, and I took them out and let them thaw, and they were perfect. So I paint oil paint non-toxic, so I don't like to use solvents. So the one thing about cleaning oil paint brushes, if you're not using solvents, is it can be kind of a pain, because I do a multi-step process where, like, you know, you get as much paint out as you can, and then you can use something like Dawn or do I have it? The Old Masters. The Old Masters brush cleaner. This is my favorite brush cleaner, but it involves a lot of rubbing and wiping and rubbing and wiping, and the freezer trick has been a game changer. So, but the best thing about these, okay, like this big brush here, this big hunker, it's a size 24, they're round. Like, guess how much do you think this costs? Like, you're never gonna guess. This costs $2.44. This big flat. They're big. This is also, I think they're 24. $2.44. And then some of their smaller brushes, like not this one. I think this one was like $1.98, but some of their smaller sizes in the flats and the rounds are like 96 cents. And they don't really shed. Like, I haven't seen any shedding. I'm scrubbing really hard. They're holding up well. They're nice and stiff. They're doing a great job. Super cheap. Throw them in the freezer. If I accidentally leave an acrylic soaking in the water overnight and ruin it, it doesn't really matter because it was 96 cents. I'm like, it's been a huge, my creativity, I feel like, and output has gone through the roof because that used to be a big barrier for me. Like, I don't want to clean up. I don't want to do the cleanup, so I'm not going to paint. It's easier to just do watercolor because there's no cleanup than try to set up and do an acrylic or an oil painting. These have been a true game changer for me. I highly recommend them. Highly. Super quality brush. Nice and stiff. Pennies. Like, cheap. And if you buy like over 10, you get a bulk discount from Blick, so then they're even cheaper. I don't know that price off the top of my head, but really exciting. I'm really excited with those. The next new supply that I'm trying, and you might have seen this in last week's art haul, are the Amsterdam acrylic inks. And here's a little sampling here, and another little sampling right here. I am loving these. These I have been trying and I am really enjoying them. They separate when they sit for a while. You shake them up, they go right back together. Really nice. These four here are their fluorescent colors. I pick up two of them. They're the fluorescent colors. They're not light fast, they're fluorescent. But all the rest of their colors are light fast rated with the pigment. They're a little bit on the thinner side, which I actually enjoy. They go on a little bit easier and make some interesting drips on like mixed media or acrylic paintings. They're great for in sketchbooks. They're not super, so no offense to Liquitex, but I have Liquitex inks and I don't know if you can see that. Where's the camera? Block my face. They get really, it's not gonna focus. They get really gloopy. And clumpy and clump up in the, and no matter how much you shake them, they're still kind of clumpy when you take them out. And maybe it's just the metallic colors. I haven't tested any of the colors well enough to know. Maybe it's just the metallic colors. I'm looking at I do have some colors now, but like you can see that one's separated. There's like the darker liquid and the lighter pigment. I'll have to do a review later on my channel at some point. So stay tuned for that. But I haven't been enjoying that with the Liquitex. So instead of buying more Liquitex, I have got these Amsterdam ones to try out and I am loving it. And actually it's making me want to try their acrylic paints too. I'm really enjoying them. And I really like that they're light fast rated and the pigments are on them because that's not all acrylic inks have that. So, super excited about that. Okay, item number six that I'm trying is the Princeton Catalyst Wedge. This has been so much fun. I've been, I'm not gonna get into it, but having like an art crisis. I have 2 videos up about it. I'll link it down below in case you wanna check it out. I don't know what I'm doing. Long story short, I'm very confused. But so the last couple of weeks I've been just playing and having fun, and I've been using this Princeton Catalyst Wedge on my big acrylic canvases to like smear color. And I am having so much fun with this. Just a ton of fun. I highly recommend it. If you haven't tried, I don't know if it works with oil. I wonder if the oil would break it down because I know oil paints can break down plastic, but for acrylics, it is awesome. I'm having a great time with it. I highly recommend you try it. I've done it on canvas, but also on heavyweight paper with golden fluid acrylics, and it has been super fun. Okay, I'm gonna move on to the next 3 supplies, so I have to gather them together. Okay, so the next big art supply I'm trying is the Strathmore watercolor paper. It's so big I can't fit in the frame with it. This is their 18 by 24 sheet. It is $18.88 at Blick, and I was at Michael's, and I looked at Michael's, and I was thinking about buying it at Michael's, and it was $10 more at Michael's. So $18.88 at Blick. This is 140-pound cold press watercolor paper. I'm not intending to use it for watercolors. So just be aware, I do not think it's 100% cotton. I don't know what the content is. I'm going to be doing mixed media. I hope I'm hitting my thing. Mixed media painting on this is my plan. And I love the Strathmore. I've had a lot of good luck with Strathmore lately. So I've always used their Bristol for my pen and ink drawings. But I recently bought their Strathmore mixed media sketchbook, and so far it's my favorite watercolor sketchbook. It was not very expensive, and it turns out it was 100% cotton paper, and I am loving it so much so that I bought another one. So this is not the same paper as that, I don't think. I could be wrong. If I'm wrong, somebody drop it in the comments and correct me. But I've had a lot of good luck with it, and I wanted some big sheets for doing some mixed media on that were still heavyweight and could handle it. So this is what I got to try, and I will keep you updated and let you know how I like it. Okay, so I feel like I should be crossing stuff off as I go. I think I'm gonna miss stuff. Okay, so the next thing I got, still in its wrapping, is the Liquitex glass bead acrylic medium. And I'm gonna open this because I think you should try to see this. So this is for if you like a lot of crunchy texture in your acrylic paintings. There are actual I got it. There are actual glass beads mixed into this medium, and you can mix it into your paint to get some really cool funky textures. I have not tried it yet, so I will have to let you know. Let's see if we can see it. It's not going to switch focus, is it? Okay, so that's something to know about this camera. It does not switch focus like my other one does, so I guess you can't see it up close. But there are actual tiny glass beads mixed in to the medium to give you a really nice texture in your acrylic paintings, and I am so excited to try this. This is one of the things, like my top thing that I'm looking for, maybe not the top, but one of the top things I'm looking forward to trying this year. I picked Liquitex instead of Golden, even though I go back and forth between Liquitex and Golden. Golden is my preferred paint, but man, it's expensive. So Golden also makes a glass beads texture, but it is more expensive than the Liquitex. So I thought I would try the Liquitex and see what I think. I haven't tried the glass beads on Golden yet either, but I would like to. I just haven't yet. And then, let's see. Okay, the next thing I am trying is the Golden Gesso. Now this wasn't cheap, but I have a friend that swears by this and says that she will not use anything but this. I haven't tried it yet. I will keep you updated. I have not been picky about my gesso. I generally use Blick brand gesso, which is what I've used almost all my life. I have big tubs of it down in my basement. I have also used the cheap De La Roune gesso from Walmart. And then I use a lot of this. And I still plan to keep using this. This is the Liquitex white gesso, and I also use the clear gesso for other things. This is very watery, so I like to use it to like tone a canvas. I will just drizzle it on a canvas and throw some dabs of acrylic paint on the canvas and then mix it all together like right on the canvas to tone the canvas or make an interesting underpainting. I go through a ton of this. However, boy, there's going to be tons of things in here that are not, in the last art haul that I did, I got these. These are the Richardson art panels. I would usually use, let's see if I can grab, I'm going to start knocking stuff over because I would normally use, if I'm painting on panel, so I will paint on panel if I feel like the canvas can't hold multiple layers, or if I'm going to do super heavy texture, I might paint on panel, although canvas can take a fair amount of texture. Or, and this is a big one, if I'm doing collage type paintings, well, collage mixed in with the painting, that's generally a panel thing for me because I worry about it holding up on a canvas. So I have almost always exclusively used the ampersand gesso panels. I forget what that, I think they're called gesso board. I forget what they're called. I don't have any new and unopened. They're called gesso board, pretty sure. So that's normally what I would use, but they are super expensive. Super expensive. I'm not gonna lie, they're super expensive. I almost dropped stuff. Okay, so I happened to come across these Richardson, this isn't even, I guess you're getting way more than 12 supplies, but this is the Richardson panels. They are not obviously gessoed. So that was kind of what I was thinking I'd use this for. I used to do a lot of really repetitive layers of gesso with sanding in between to make the canvases really super smooth for super realistic work, but I've been finding I'm moving away from that more and more, as I've talked about in the past couple of videos. But I wanted to try this because she swears by it and says it's the best gesso she has ever used. It's the perfect like absorbent ground, not too much, not too little. It's really easy to put on, she says. It doesn't leave like lots of streaks, although it's buildable if you want it to be. So we're gonna try it and see what we think. I'm really excited to try it. Okay, so now I need to get, I have no idea what number I'm on, but I do have to get the rest of the supplies. So hang on 2 seconds. Okay, so I lied. There is one more watercolor supply. And that is the Schmincke, I don't know if I'm probably gonna butcher this, Horadam Aquarelle watercolors. I have just a couple of tubes because these babies aren't cheap. I need to get an ultramarine blue to have like a mixing palette. I have this little set of granulating ones too that I've used on the channel before. I think they might be almost empty, but I need a little aquamarine blue for a mixing set, and then I'm going to do like probably a review video on my channel at some point. More expensive than my Daniel Smith. And looking at the chart, and actually I do have that and I never tried it. That just totally reminded me I have this. I'm knocking stuff over. I have the dot card of their 140 colors and their dot card of their 40 granulating colors. And these also weren't cheap. I think they were like 30 bucks a piece. So maybe with these two and this is enough to do a test video. I was waiting. I couldn't. It's so sad. They're like, I don't know, $17 a tube. I think the ultramarine blue I wanted to get was 20. So I need enough to like mix so I can actually paint. But I'll take a look at these dot cards and see. Not cheap. But as far as the light fastness, like it says it's not as light fast as the Daniel Smith watercolors. And I know there's some controversy with the Daniel Smith and maybe they're not quite as light fast as they're listed. And I know all about Kim Craik and I've been to her website. So you can discuss it in the comments, but it's not something I don't already know. So that was kind of why I was testing out some other watercolors. So we'll test those at some point and see what we think. I've done some little tests here and there. The other watercolors I would like to try at some point are the core. I have 2 tubes of those, I think. Those look really good. And they're made by Golden Paints. So, and then we're on to the final last art supply. Way more than 12. I don't even know what number I'm on. Again, super excited to try this. Just got it. Haven't opened yet. This is the Liquitex modeling paste. And I'm really excited to try this. I have not tried any modeling paste. I've tried fiber paste. I've tried extra heavy gesso. I've tried the extra heavy gel mediums, but not ever modeling paste. So I'm really excited to try this. Again, I got the Liquitex. It was a little bit cheaper than the gold, and we'll test it out and see if I even like it. But I'm super excited to try it. So I hope you guys liked today's video. I love talking about art supplies. It's one of my most favorite things in the whole world. I'm not a big jewelry or fancy clothes or fancy house or fancy car kind of girl, but you get me talking about art supplies and that's a whole nother thing. All the art supplies, I love them. Okay, so, and just as a little notice, I'm gonna be really brave this year. and finally put some of my original art up for sale. I know I've said forever that I'm going to do it, and I just never do it because I'm scared. I do like commissions and I do illustrative work, but I've never actually tried to sell any of my actual art that I make just because I like it. So I've got like 100 paintings probably now building up in my house and nowhere to put them. So I am going to, I think on, is it May 3rd? I think Saturday, May 3rd, I'm going to put art in my shop and put it officially up for sale. So if you're interested in that, stay tuned or sign up for my email newsletter. I can put a link to the sign up down below if you would like that. I'll notify you before. I'll probably let my patrons have first access for a few hours first or something, and then we'll switch to everybody. Yeah, it's nerve-wracking, but I'm going to do it May 3rd. If I say date and put it out there, I have to do it, right? Okay, so May 3rd. Anyway, if you would like to check out my Patreon, I have tons of exclusive videos over there and learning resources and studio hangouts and tutorials. It's only one tier. It's only $5. If you would like to check it out, that'll be linked down below as well. If you're trying to sign it up to Patreon and it's trying to charge you $7.50, that's because you're paying with Apple Pay. If you can find a way to pay without an Apple, you will not be charged $7.50. And just so you know, Apple takes all that money, so I don't see it. So like if you're paying $7.50 for my $5 tier, I still only get $5, except then Patreon takes a cut to that. And then taxes take a cut too. But anyway, and they're doing that for like super thanks and stuff too. So if you are paying with Apple Pay, you might want to find a different way to pay. Sorry, Apple. I love your iPad. Anyway, yeah, that's it. So if you enjoyed this video and you haven't already, please hit the thumbs up or like it or subscribe, because that helps YouTube know this is a quality video and not crap. And it means a lot to me. So thank you for being here with me today. And I hope you found some fun new supplies to try. And until next time, happy creating.